Hey there guys, this is Reckles with WTBGold, and today we're going to be covering some of the herbalism basics, and I'll be using riverbud farming as a lens for that. This herb is actually, it's great, because it really highlights the differences between a good farming route and a bad one. When I look for a good herbalism route, I look for three things: density, repeatability, and what I'm going to call ease of access. For density, it's pretty simple. You want a zone that has a lot of nodes, and honestly, I want you guys to be able to make your own routes so you don't have to rely on some silly YouTuber who, you know, just happens to be incredibly handsome. To find maps and make your own routes, what you want to do, go to Wowhead, click on Database, and then select Objects and Herbs. You can find Riverbud or whatever you're looking for and see at a glance which zone has the most potential spawns, and you can kind of scan through for density. Riverbud spawns all along rivers, so, you know, Voldoon's out of the question. But while Drustvar, Stormsong, and Zandalar, they have good density along their rivers, all those rivers have waterfalls, which makes the rivers one way. Like, sure, you can run back to the start, or you can connect the rivers in like a figure eight, but then you're sacrificing density just to have a repeatable lap. To look more into this repeatability concept, let's go to Nazmir. This place is a swamp. You're up to your neck in blood trolls and riverbud. But despite that, this place is surprisingly bad for long-term farming, and here's why. To make a lap repeatable, you want something like Ungoro Crater. It's amazing. Like, all the ore in Ungoro is in a nice, pretty little circle. This not only means that you don't have to backtrack to get to your start point, you just keep going around in circles, but more importantly, all the nodes you force spawn while you're on your route are placed other spots inside your lap. In Nazmir, though, Riverbud is just all over. Like, so a lap that would cover every single spawn point would take probably about an hour to run. Personally, I used the routes add-on to make a nice quick 15-minute lap that covered most of Nazmir's density, and I tested it for an hour a couple different times. The first lap was always just great. 120 riverbud in 15 minutes. Like, that's a lot of gold. But by the third lap, I was down to only like 40 or 50 riverbud. This is because I was spawning them to other parts of the zone that I wasn't touching in my lap. So if you want to farm Nazmir, you want to do the same thing I taught in my Ghost Iron ore farming video. You want to alternate. Do 2 efficient and dense 15-minute laps, and then do one really big 30-minute lap that covers as many nodes as possible. For the final topic, ease of access, we're going to go down to Northwest Tiragard Sound. There's a river, you run along it so you have good density, and almost all of the riverbud in the zone is right here in this little neck of the woods, so you have repeatability. WoWProfessions.com actually has a good enough route for this, but I do have some minor adjustments. This little jaunt halfway is good. You can't do it from the other way because there's a waterfall, so that's great. Go all the way down to the end. In the north half of the lap, there's another waterfall, and you can actually take a little path off to the side up to the top. You'll almost always have competition for this farming spot, but no one ever goes up to the top here, so they're force spawning nodes up here for you to go get. I always had at least 3 riverbud spawns here. And finally, there's no riverbud down here in the corner, so you can skip this, but one of the sea stalk down there might have spawned as anchor weed, so as you're running by, go ahead and just turn your camera and check. This spot struggles with ease of access. You're constantly in combat with these goddamn cranes. That slows you down. To counter this, you want to be in tank spec, because tank specs don't get dazed, they don't get slowed down. Or you can just use coarse leather barding. You also want to be a druid and have the glove enchant for herbalism, so you can gather herbs without leaving travel form. With the glove enchant, your cast will finish in between the enemy auto attacks. It's pretty great. Also, you just have to constantly cross this stream back and forth. You gotta go up and down bridges and waterfalls, and like how you deal with this is gonna change depending on your spec. As a druid, I used Wild Charge pretty much on cooldown. It's a great druid talent for gathering. So, What's the best spot? Well, by the numbers, Nazmir has a wildly varying 200 to 600 herbs per hour. It felt long and arduous. Tiergard was a nice, consistent, like 300 to 350. I'd say, personally, it depends on you, but get good at Nazmir. And then in patch 8 point whatever, when we can fly and avoid cranes, Tiergard's gonna win out. But that is it for me, though. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support, all the likes and subscriptions recently. Y'all are amazing. Thank you. Channel's just grown a ton since BFA came out. But have a great day, guys. Thank you for watching. Good luck and happy gold making.